All right, let's do this. You're gonna die! As of this filming, Activision's Call of Duty is the second best-selling video game of 2022, and here's the crazy part. Elden Ring, the #1 best-selling game, came out in February, while Call of Duty was released 3 months ago, and it's already outselling a game that's been out for almost a year. Why? Aggressive product marketing, and I think I've cracked their formula. Hey, I'm Keenan, and everybody's playing Call of Duty. Simply put, product marketing is the process of bringing a new product into the marketplace. Activision's marketers successfully do it year after year, but the kicker is that they've been doing it for basically the same product for nearly 20 years, the Call of Duty franchise. The first Call of Duty was a first-person shooter that was released in 2003 as a PC-exclusive title. It was a World War II simulator showcasing the different viewpoints of the war from different allies. OG Call of Duty did well and was soon ported over to gaming consoles, including everyone's favorite Nokia Engage. Who the owned a Nokia Engage? The console port blew up and Activision soon released 2 sequels over the next 3 years. Those sequels also featured early versions of their multiplayer mode. Despite the popularity of the first 3 games, Call of Duty suffered from one major weakness: replayability. Once COD players finished the primary campaigns, there wasn't really much left to do, and they'd move on to other games. Even the multiplayer modes were not enough in and of themselves to keep players hooked for very long. That is, until 2007, when Activision released Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, dropping the World War II theme in favor of more modern weapons and a modern theme of Americans killing Middle Easterners. Anyway, Call of Duty is still considered one of the best video games of all time, not because of the racist storyline, though I'm sure that attracted a certain kind of player. America! What made COD 4 different was the introduction of a multiplayer mode where players got to teabag those noobs while also earning experience to upgrade their weapons and their gear over time. This did 2 things. Missions and experience building gave multiplayer mode a purpose beyond just shooting other players. Secondly, it also slowed down the progression of players and bought Activision time to work on the next iteration of Call of Duty. Players became hooked on games, playing hundreds of hours over the course of a year to complete the missions, build experience, and get all those extras. And by the time players got sick of the game, a new one would be ready for them to buy. The player base would then jump from the old game onto the new one. And even stragglers over time would eventually move on to the next game because there just were fewer players and the game became less fun over time. With COD 4, Activision created a template for all of their future Call of Duty games. The same linear storyline with no replayability, both a dynamic, addictive multiplayer mode, and they copied this over and over again, but with different themes. At one point, they went back to World War II, and then the Cold War. They went back to modern warfare again. They dabbled with futuristic warfare, and at one point tried out some space war, Call of Halo. I can already see the comments, but the mechanics! Yes, over the years, Activision introduced new mechanics like running and sliding, super jumps, and also introduced new guns from time to time. But for the most part, the gameplay has remained the same for nearly 20 years. They've also introduced microtransactions, so there's that. So here's my question to you. Are new mechanics and a fancy theme enough for you to buy the same game more than one time? Truth be told, it was for me. Tell me in the comments below. The way Activision's marketers approach product marketing is to start with dramatic gameplay trailers teasing a tantalizing new story, and they were good at storytelling. They'll even bring in celebrities to voice some of those characters in the game and feature them in trailers. They take that new storyline and saturate the market with it for weeks before the game's even released, building hype. Some of the tactics they use include YouTube trailers, banner ads, billboards, influencers, and theatric announcements. They typically time the release of their game with the Christmas shopping season towards the end of October, and then increase the intensity of their advertising. No expense is spared and no marketing avenue is unexplored. Activision's marketers brute force Call of Duty into our brains, and it's effective. They've sold more than 400 million copies of COD since 2003, making it the 4th best-selling video game franchise of all time, behind Mario, Tetris, and Pokemon. Because 12-year-olds and the parents who want them to shut up are a profitable demographic. In 2017, something new took over the FPS scene. Fortnite is a free-to-play first-person shooter with a twist. It's a battle royale arena game. 100 players are dropped onto a virtual island to spend their time building stuff and trying to massacre each other. So fun. Fortnite was a smash hit and overnight leached Call of Duty's toxic middle schoolers onto their own island of death. Fortnite is an interesting case study in video game marketing, and if you'd like me to do a video on that, drop it in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Not to be outdone, in 2020, Activision threw its hat into the free-to-play Battle Royale arena, releasing Call of Duty Warzone. Warzone wasn't exactly a smash hit that Fortnite was, but they've grown, they have dedicated player base, and have developed a thriving esports scene. Better yet, Call of Duty Warzone integrates directly with the paid-for versions of Call of Duty. If you blew $60 on one of their games, you can import all the weapons you've earned, or more likely bought through microtransactions, into Warzone to pwn more noobs. How did Warzone change Activision's Call of Duty product marketing? It didn't, at least not in a dramatic way. What it did is provide them with another avenue for aggressively targeted ads. They release a new game every year still and support those sales with ads upon ads upon ads. But now, in addition to everything else, they can drop those ads to 54 million active players on Warzone. And the reverse is also true. If you buy one of the Call of Duty titles, you'll be hit with ads for Warzone. Of course, their ads don't look like ads in this case. Activision's marketers cleverly disguise ads to look like a feature in the game. So they've introduced product marketing into the mix. If you want to know more about stealth marketing, check out my video about diamonds. If you don't have time to check out an awesome video, you could also check out my short on stealth marketing. And that's the Call of Duty product marketing formula. Advertise, advertise, advertise. Release a Call of Duty game, advertise, advertise, advertise. Repeat yearly. So should you stop buying Call of Duty? Is it a scam? Well, the scamminess of microtransactions aside, I wouldn't call COD a scam. Yes, they use a template. No, the gameplay doesn't change much, but they're not the only video game that does that. But if it brings you joy to play it, then why should you stop? After all, isn't the whole point of video games joy, fun, entertainment, pwning noobs while talking smack about their mom? Play your Call of Duty, have fun. If it's not fun anymore, then stop. That's just how video games work. There, now you're an expert. I hope you like this video, and if you want to see more like it, please consider liking and subscribing. Hit that bell icon below to get notifications on any of my new videos. Check out some of my old videos. They're pretty good. Of course, if you have any questions about marketing, leave them in the comments below and I just might answer them. I also want to thank Private Alan Luntz of Alan Luntz Photography for his editing, General Dr. Tayyiba Sheikh of Sheikh & Associates for her advice and support, Commodore Ahmed Kazmi for his music, Major Kashif Sheikh of Pillars for his support of this channel, and Lieutenant Rakan Al-Hosh, my brother, for his help with the clip at the beginning of the video. All of them have links below, so please check them out. Turn Hut!